Hey, welcome back to Everything Fly Fishing. As you can tell, sporting the orange, flesh and orange hat. It is hunting season here in PA, and we've been spending the last couple weeks getting ready. So, welcome back. It's been a while since we made a video. In this video, if you ever like our videos, at any point in this video, you like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to do it. Helps us being banned for Facebook. In this video, we're going to tie unweighted, without a bead head, pheasant tail nymph. And at the end of this video, I'll explain why we want to have these in our tackle box, unweighted, no bead head. And I'll explain to you why. Now, let's get to the fly. As you can see, we already tied wrapped the string. I ran the string back to the eye of the bend of the hook to where we want to start our tail, head cemented it, and let it dry. We're going to make our tail about half of the length of the shank of the hook. I'm going to use a couple thread wraps to tie our pheasant tail down, and then now in this step you can use either fine gold wire, which is the traditional thing to use on these. We use a single strand of hair flashing. It's not the wide stuff. It's pretty thin. It's almost like thin like hair. And we use it in a lot of our streamers, but we're going to use that instead of the gold wire. I'm going to wrap that in, tie it down, run our hook up to where we're going to start the thorax. Oops, I made a mistake. Not our hook up to where we're going to start the thorax, our thread up to where we're going to start the thorax. Now we're going to wrap that peacock around, and as you're twisting it around to go up to where you're going to start the thorax of the fly, you kind of twist it in your fingers and it won't separate. It'll stay in when you start wrap it. If you twist it, it'll stay clumped in. Once you get that up to about where you want to tie it off, wrap a couple thread wraps, tie it off. Then you want to rib the fly with either that gold wire or, in our case, the flashing. Run that up to where you want to start the thorax, tie them both off, cut your tag pieces off. Now we're going to select about 10 pheasant tail fibers. And we're going to measure them. You want them to go just a hair past the bend of the hook. And this measurement's very important when we finish the fly. So wait till about the bend of the hook. You make them tips of them tail fibers, which would be the very tip of the fibers when you pull them off the feather, just to the eye of the bend of the hook. And you tie them in, measure them, move your tying point back to where you want to tie them in, tie them in, clip off the fibers sticking out, and then run your thread up to the eye of the hook and start your head. Here's another step that we changed in our fly. We use UV peacock. Now, usually use regular peacock. We use UV. It's really cool when the light hits it. It really shines extra bright, so it's pretty neat stuff. So we use that. Now we're gonna select 2 peacock herls close to the eye of the peacock. These are usually fuzzier, more colorful, peacock. I'm going to select 2 of them. I'm going to tie them in, and you'll notice I run the thread. I don't cut too much of the tail or the tag ends off them. I kind of wrap them in. This helps build up body for the bulk for the thorax, and I like a big bulky thorax on my pheasant tails. Now you gotta pull your peacock up over and bring it to right behind the eye of the hook and tie it down, making your shell back. Now we're gonna take some of our UV, or you can use head cement, or we got UV treatment. We're gonna put that on the pheasant tail you just wrapped over. Hit it with your UV. If you're using anything like head cement or UV at this step, make sure you let it dry hard so that when you pull them other fibers back, they don't stick to it. So make sure it's dry. Now you're going to take your thumb or your finger and stick between the eyelet of the hook and them fibers and push them back. Then you're going to take your other hand and trap them down, and then use thread wraps to trap them down so they're into place. And you want most of them to be off to the side. And then you're going to start your head. Then you're going to whip finish your fly. And then we're going to take head cement and head cement the fly. And then here's a little trick I like to do when I tie flies, is I'll stick my whip finisher, the tip of my whip finisher, in the eyelet of the hook and let it there until the head cement dries. And this is make sure that your eyelet's open, so when you get to the creek you don't have to poke your eyelet open because it's closed by head cement. There you have it. There's the fly. Look at different angles. Check it out. And I'm going to trim off that. I have a little fuzz hanging down below the eyelet. I'm going to trim it off. If you have any little things hanging out, neat and tidy up the fly. And there you have it. A pheasant tail. Hey, welcome to the end of our video. Thank you for watching our video all the way to the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And the last 20 seconds of our video, there'll be a chance to check out our other videos. And a video just for you, it goes by what you watch the most. So stay tuned the last 20 seconds of the video for a chance to subscribe. And now I'm going to explain to you why we want to tie this fly with no bead head or no weight. When you're check nymphing, Euro nymphing, or any of these style nymphings, you usually put your bead head or your weighted fly first. So you'd have your sighter, okay, if you're learning about nymphing, or then you tip it down to your heavy fly. A good fly I like to use for that would be copper john or a bigger, heavier stone fly. Then you would put about a foot of your leader, or a foot of leader between that heavy fly or weighted fly to your unweighted fly. And my favorite unweighted fly would either be the hare's mask or the pheasant tail that we just tied. So you would So if a strike indicator, your leader, heavy fly, foot, and your unweighted fly. The unweighted fly, as it's going down through the current, can move any direction it wants. So you want a light tippet material between them two, you know, as the fish will allow you. So like 5 or 6X here at PA I use. Then your pheasant tail, and it will move naturally. It will kind of just drift in the current. And this is a killer combination. So that's why we tied these without any weight or any bead head. So make sure you tie these up. Keep them in your box if you're going to do this kind of nymphing. They work really well. Like I said, the flashing in there makes it, and the UV, I don't know if it really makes it any better. I can't tell if the fish would have bought, if it was a regular pheasant tail or this one, but they seem to work really well, and it hasn't stopped us catching less fish. So thank you very much for watching our videos, and I want to give a shout out to people like Milt Yeagle and David Worswith. I can't hardly, I hope I got that right, David, for always sharing our videos when we post them on Facebook. And thank you for all our subscribers. And I think we are only 7 or 6 subscribers away from that big 200 subscribers giveaway, which I'll post a video over here somewhere to let you see what we're giving away. And like I said, keep your lines wet, out of the trees, and only give them fish a sore lip. Hey, welcome to the end of our video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And you can subscribe here. You can see our playlist, fly time playlist here, our fishing playlist here, and this video right here just for you. And it goes by what you like to view on our channel the most. And that one's just for you.